What does TV do to us and what can we do with TV? Come to page number 75 of your Social and Political Life, book 2. In many of our homes, TV is on a lot of the time. In many ways, a lot of our impressions about the world around us are formed by what we see on TV. It is like a window on the world. Definitely, no. Well, sitting at home, we can see what is going on in our own country and even the countries which are foreign to us. So, how do you think it influences us? TV has different types of programs, soap operas like Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi. It was once a very good serial. Then game shows like Kaun Banega Crorepati, reality TV shows like Big Boss, news, sports and cartoons. Before, in between and after each program are advertisements. Yes, every time these advertisements are there. Since TV time costs so much money, only those programs that can attract the maximum number of viewers are shown. Can you think of what such programs might be? Think of what are the kinds of things that TV shows and what it does not. Does it show us more about the lives of the rich or the poor? This one you can just make some sort of difference and answer properly. We need to think about what TV does to us, how it shapes our views of the world, our beliefs, attitudes, and values. We need to realize that it gives us a partial view of the world. Underline this one. It gives us a partial view of the world. While we enjoy our favorite programs, we should always be aware of the large, exciting world beyond our TV screens. There is so much happening out there that TV ignores. A world beyond film stars, celebrities, and rich lifestyles. A world that all of us need to reach out to and respond to in various ways. We need to be active viewers who question whatever we see and hear while we may enjoy it too. So really, no, every time we are just shown about the aristocracy of life, something which is luxurious, but very less we are able to see the lifestyle of people who are living in slum, who are living on the streets, who are living in the platforms. These things or these views are shown very less. And even if these are shown, people like us, we don't love, we don't think, or we don't look at all those things. While the government does continue to censor films, it does not really censor the media's coverage of news. Despite the absence of censorship by the government, most newspapers nowadays still fail to provide a balanced story. This is also very important. Underline this one. That many a times it happens that the newspapers, they don't maintain a balance. The reasons for these are complicated. Persons who research the media have said that this happens because business houses control the media. This is very important. Underline which house or which thing controls the media. Business houses control the media. At times, it is in the interest of these businesses to focus on only one side of the story. Media's continual need for money and its links to advertising means that it becomes difficult for media to be reporting against people who give them advertisements. So even if those who are that means the people who, or the business associations or these societies which are doing something wrong, media cannot say about them because they are getting money from these organizations. Media's continual need for money and its links to advertising means that it becomes difficult for media to be reporting against people who give them advertisements. Media is thus no longer considered independent because of its close links to business. So why media cannot be considered independent? Underline, because of its close links to business. Besides the above, the media also tends to focus on a particular aspect of a story because they believe this makes the story interesting. Also, if they want to increase public support for an issue, they often do this by focusing on one side of a story. Yes, for getting public support or to get their things, or better to say, to sell their things, they support only one part. Setting agendas. The media also plays an important role in deciding what stories to focus on. Which stories must be focused, not everything, and therefore decides on what is newsworthy. For example, the annual function at your school is unlikely to make the news, but if a famous actor is invited as the chief guest, then the media might be interested in covering it. It happens, no? If it is just about your only school sports at that time, the media will not come. But if any dignitary like any actor or any film star or any great musician or a great singer or a film star or a cricketer is made the chief guest, at that time media will come to cover up everything. Then the media might be interested in covering it. By focusing on particular issues, the media influences our thoughts, feelings and actions and brings those issues to our attention. Due to the significant influence it plays in our lives and in shaping our thoughts, it is commonly said that the media sets the agenda. So why it is said that media sets the agenda? Because the significant influence it plays in our lives. Media is very, very influential in our lives and in shaping our thoughts. Looking at something, we get attracted or distracted the way it is presented, and either we choose it or we reject it. Definitely it is a matter of choosing or rejecting. So it shapes our thoughts. So that's why it is said that media sets the agenda. Very recently, the media drew our attention to alarming levels of pesticides in cola drinks. They published reports that indicated the high level of pesticides and thus made us aware of the need to regularly monitor these colas according to international quality and safety standards. They did this despite the government's resistance by boldly declaring that colas were unsafe. So government resisted, but still then media boldly declared that colas were unsafe. In covering this story, the media positively helped us focus on an issue that affects our lives and one that we might not even have been aware of it had it not been for media reporting. Even if the media has not reported us about about these colas which contain pesticides, we wouldn't have come to know about it, because we just buy and we sip or we drink or we enjoy. Very few of us check whether the date is expired or not, whether it is containing any sort of pesticides or not, whether the ingredients are allergic, that means we can be allergic to any ingredient which is there. So whether we are allergic to that particular ingredient or not, very few of us we check. But remember, whenever you are buying anything, especially medicines or anything which you need to intake, that means any food commodities, at that time definitely you must check the expiry date, you must check the ingredients it contain, because nowadays it has been instructed by the government of India, all these food commodities and these soft drinks and whatever, and even the medicines which we are intaking, just on the front part, that means on the packet, all the details are written, that it contains this and this, and whether it can be consumed after these days or not, everything is written there, so we must check. There are several instances when the media fails to focus on issues that are significant in our lives. For example, drinking water is a major problem in the country. Every year, thousands of people suffer and die because they do not get safe drinking water. However, we seldom find the media discussing the issue. A well-known Indian journalist wrote of how the fashion week, in which clothes designers show their new creations to rich people, formed the front page headlines of all the newspapers, while several slums were being demolished in Mumbai the very same week, and this was not even noticed. So how disheartening matter it is. The picture, even you can see, it is given over here, that ramp show, or the photo of ramp show, it is just being there at the front page of many newspapers, whereas when this ramp show was going on, and in the same week, many people who are living in slums in Mumbai, they died, or they just suffered from some sort of disease due to the this polluted drinking water. So children, today up to this one, and those who are present, I can see 10 children, they are present, and at the very beginning 14 children, they were present. Kindly write down your full name along with present, along with the word present. Okay.